I'm Tom.
And I'm Denise. And we're Hopelessly Lost.
This was a night where we start to see our way to the end of the story, I think. You know, we're still hopelessly lost, but maybe not as lost as we've been in the past. However, a word of caution, when you think you're figuring this show out, you're not figuring this show out. Although they don't have a lot of time left for wiggling around. So
that's true. But this was a night of shockers.
Yeah.
3 big jaw-dropping shockers. The first shocker, Ivana blows up.
Kaboom.
Literally.
Boom.
She had a bag full of the really unstable dynamite from the Black Rock that she was just swinging around like an idiot. You know,
throwing water bottles in there.
And she goes up in smoke. Poof. Yeah.
What are the implications of that? You know, first, she was there to protect the candidates. Protect them from what? That was never really clear, but we'll figure it out, presumably. But what's going to happen to them now? Also, her death sets up a whole series of events. One is that it leads Hugo to go to the Black Rock and blow up the rest of the dynamite.
Presumably to protect everyone else.
So he says, yeah. Yes. Because the ghosts told him to. It also causes, which that in turn causes the group to split up. A
rift, you might say.
A rift, yes. Richard takes Miles and Ben to go blow up the plane. Hugo's son, Jack, and Frank, the pilot, they all go to talk to Locke. Okay, the second big shocker is when Locke pushes Desmond down the well. Locke, or Unlock as people are starting to call him. He takes Desmond to this very old well and tells him the story of, you know, why it was built. It was built by hand. People whose compasses were spinning around, they wanted to know what was in there, and they never did really figure it out. And he tells Desmond that there are many of these wells on the island.
Yeah. Locke actually asks Desmond, why aren't you afraid right now? You know, he's a little suspicious of him, and Desmond replies, what's the point in being afraid? To which Locke replies and pushes him over into the well.
That's the point of being afraid.
That raises several questions. Was Locke trying to kill him? What's down in that well, anyway? Is it just a well? Is it some kind of passageway?
Right. If Locke really wanted to kill him, he'd just kill him, turn it into smoke, and rip his limbs off, or whatever he's done to everyone else.
Right.
So presumably, this is a spot of intense electromagnetic activity, which we know, and Locke knows, that Desmond, he can survive that. He's one of the few people on Earth, maybe the only person on Earth. So was Locke really trying to kill him, or what?
Third shocker. Desmond runs his car into Locke in the LA timeline. Just, literally fit on the gas into them. And it really looked like Desmond was trying to kill him.
Yeah, you run over a wheelchair-bound man in your BMW at full speed. You're trying to kill him.
It seems likely. Okay, was this revenge because Locke had thrown him down the well on the island timeline?
Could be.
Or was this more of a big picture preemptive strike kind of thing? Like, if Desmond eliminates Locke in the LA timeline, does that mean that he'll derail Locke in the island timeline? I don't know. Also, will Locke survive this, major hit and run?
A few big questions were answered this week. The first is the whispers that we've been hearing in the woods throughout the whole series. Turns out that those are ghosts, and that Michael, who visits Hugo as a ghost, explains that these are the people, the dead people on the island who can't escape. They can't move on, as he says. And there should be an awful lot of them. Man, there's a lot of dead people in that island. Hugo has always had a talent for talking with dead people. And in this episode, he has this great quote where he says, "Dead people are more reliable than live people."
Okay, another question answered is, what is Desmond up to in this LA timeline? Well, it seems LA Desmond has become some kind of agent for helping people remember, their other lives,
right.
So to speak. Basically, Desmond shows up at Mr. Clucky, where Hugo's drowning in sorrows in a bucket of chicken, and convinces him to go find out, why this, stranger Libby, thinks that she knows him. And so Hugo ends up going to the nut house and talks to her, and he ends up asking her out on a date, and he takes her to a picnic on the beach. Kind of nice symmetry there. They kiss, and the memories come flooding back from the island. And Hugo goes, I think I'm remembering things. Mm-hmm. And as Libby puts it, they're memories from another life. All right.
Questions raised.
There were a few questions raised this week, of course.
that creepy little kid that's following Locke and Desmond through the woods. It's not the same creepy little kid that appeared before, I don't think.
Yeah, the last one was blonde. This one's more of a teenager.
Yeah, maybe it's the same kid who's grown up. Maybe it's Jacob. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and Locke didn't seem to be scared of him. Or is he?
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't know. All right. After Alana blows up, Hugo goes searching through all of her stuff, and he finds a bag and sees something in it that kind of surprises him. And I'm like, Hugo, what's in the bag?
Also, where's Julie at? You know, we've not. Obviously, she's on another show now, so. But we have not yet seen her in the LA timeline. I think we need to.
Yeah. She's got to show up soon so that we can kind of, figure out this whole Juliet, Kate, Jack, Sawyer love quadrangle.
Right.
We might actually learn who Kate's true love really is.
Is it Jack? Is it Sawyer?
No.
This new island wimpy Jack that I don't care for him. You know, maybe I'm supposed to let go. That's not Jack. Jack is a take charge kind of guy. What happened? But I think when all is said and done, that Jack is going to be the one who makes the decision about which timeline exists. He's going to be the winning candidate.
Yeah, the take charge guy will come back. Well, you heard it here first, right?
Yes, you did.
All right.
And that's all for this week.
All right. Follow @JackGax on Twitter and become a friend of Jack Jacksonville on Facebook. Until next week.
Remember, hopelessly lost.